Hey everybody, welcome. Welcome. It is Thursday, 8 o'clock. Let me get over to the comments. I thought I saw Cindy was here. Awesome. I'll just wait a minute for the eyeballs to start popping on. I know it holds you guys up for a minute. So yay, 5 eyeballs. So, hey, Cindy, hello. Nancy, Gloria, awesome. Gloria, you just got the Purple Bee Designer Series paper. That is awesome. I got it, yeah, like, I don't know, maybe a month and a half ago or so. I think it's kind of hidden because it's in that scrapbooking brochure, which, hey, Jamie Gibbs, um, which I don't think a lot of people look at the scrapbooking brochure necessarily, but it is online. But still, hey, Peggy, hey, Carol. So yeah, really cute stuff. And I love that it's the same pattern as last year, but different colors. Like I don't always like that, but this one was cute, so I do like it. So awesome. Okay, so we got a bunch of eyeballs. Let's talk about a couple things and then we're gonna get into it. All right. So first, welcome. Hey Marlene. Carol, awesome. We got two Carols and a different Carol. We might have a four Carol party tonight. Hey Deb. So welcome. I am Tony Tesler, Tony Stamps. That's me, Tony. Subscribe, like, thumbs, like all the things to try to make sure you get notifications. I'm generally here every Thursday night at 8. Facebook is just been having issues for months now as far as notifications. So I say, click following, and I don't know how you make sure you get the notifications in Facebook. It's easier in YouTube. But click all those things to hopefully get notified when I post new stuff. Um, so, a lot of things to talk about. I mean, I'll try to be quick about it. First thing, hey, Penny. Um, Most importantly was the last chance list went live on Tuesday. So this is what used to be called the retired list, and every year it's a big deal. Hey, Cruz, awesome! It's a big deal because that's when all of our stuff that we use like disappears, and we can't really demonstrate if it's not for sale. So anyway, um, that was Thursday. So much is on the list. So it's last chance stuff from the annual catalog. So if you wanted those like re-anchors for the outgoing in colors, get them now. I saw a couple of them were on sale today. Um, Annual catalog. There's so much that is retiring, you guys. And then the January through April catalog, last chance stuff of that. So some things are on sale, some things aren't, but either way, they're all while supplies last. So if there's something there, get it, right? The other thing that changed, well, and actually, I'll try to get those. I can post PDFs and Excels to my Facebook group because that's where I don't know why. I can't post files on my page and I can't email files per se through my MailChimp email. So all I can do in email is post a link to them, to the Stampin' Up! Documents. So I can try to do that. But then this weekend, I'm going to post the actual PDFs and Excel spreadsheets because some people like to make the font bigger, delete some of the columns, like customize it. Like I'm gonna let you guys do whatever you want to do. There's a couple other demonstrators that have already posted like larger font and US only, like, whatevs. So there's just so much on there. So I went through and just pulled up on my computer the last chance stuff and I did like 90 at a time and just scrolled through and looked at things however you look at it. I've tried looking at things on my phone and it is frustrating because it is so small. I can't see anything. I can't see as much as I want. Like I can only see a tiny little bit. So ish. Hey Sharon. So yeah, last chance stuff, all that. So notice the code, whoops, on this side, right? Only goes through April 13th. So this is the last of the ordering codes, last of host codes. They're ending this. They're changing the whole stamp and reward system. So it's actually going to be better for customers. You are all going to have to opt in, right? So you're going to have to log into your account as you place orders, and there's somewhere on there that you opt in for stamp and rewards. So after the 13th, so starting probably the 14th or the 15th, I don't know. Um, any order you place that's $20 or more, you're going to get 10% in your stamp and rewards points, right? And when you log into your account, there will be a dashboard that you can see how many points you have. I can't see how many points you have, because you can get points. Some people order through a bunch of different demonstrators. You will get your points no matter who you order from. But so I can't see balances. I can only see like when you place an order with me, I can see that you placed your order, right? And I'm going to assume the numbers are right, that you're getting your 10%. Hey, Terry, it has been a long time. Nice to see you. Um, so yeah, you'll be starting to get your points that you have. They're good for a year. So like say you place an order May 1st of this year, those points are good for a year. And then it rolls, right? So then if you place another order in October, like, you get more points. Hey Gail, the thing that I'm not a fan of is that you can't use your points immediately. Like you have to use them on another order. But that is how other companies do it. So it's not like immediate gratification or instant gratification. So they're in line with how other people are doing it. So we just have to live with it. But at least they're there. Nancy, yeah, all you have is your phone. I can't do it on I can't do the things on my phone. At least like I can use my iPad, and that's like a little bit bigger, and I use that for, some stuff. But anywho, so the Stamp and Rewards this month, I am getting my tutorial finished this weekend. I'm using the Tune In bundle, which I haven't even cracked it open, and it's on the retiring list. But I already had it planned and designed, so I'm still sticking with it. So that is going to be the freebie this month, along with. So when you use the code, if your order 75 or more before taxes, you're going to get a card, a tutorial, and a pack of metallic gems, which are not retiring, which is awesome. These ones that they kind of look like my favorite gilded gems from like 2 years ago, but they're in all the colors, and they're not as huge as the gilded gems, but they're copper, gold, and silver. Love them. So that is this, but I'm closing it on the 13th, which is a Sunday. Otherwise, everything disappears. Okay. So if you place your order later in the month, you'll be getting your own stamp and rewards. It'll be under the new system. So they cut it off at the 13th. So that's that. I think some demonstrators I saw are saying the 11th, but I think they're only doing that because that's Friday, and that's the last day that demo support would be open if there was any problems. Hey, Karen. Um, so that's that. Stamp and rewards. You must opt in. Code tutorial. Blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm also using TuneIn next week, and Jamie just gave me another good idea for that last night, so that'll be interesting. So let's talk about class. So this is called Stamp a Stack Your Way, and the reason I'm saying your way is because I'm gonna talk about a bunch of different options. People have asked me like over the years, usually when I do a stamp a stack, it's 8 cards. We're doing 4 designs, 2 of each. Sometimes then I do product, and I give like a quarter pack of something, quarter pack, blah, blah, blah. So I've been asked like, hey, I want more than just a quarter pack. So I created options. You can get a quarter pack, half pack, full pack. Um, and then the other thing is if you want, oh, thanks, Carol. If you want an extra pack of the card pieces, like the card kits themselves. Actually, let's just bring up that thing and start talking about it, right? So, Stamp a Stack Your Way. You are going to get your class packet if you want to order the class packet. All right. Obviously, you can still create using your own materials, because I am going to have, I'm going to update my blog this weekend with pictures and measurements. So you'll be able to check my blog, get all the measurements, make all the stuff yourself. Right. If you want the packet that goes with it, we're going to get a sampling of tiny Bee Trinkets, Petunia Pop ribbon, which both of those I had to reschedule this class from like a month and a half ago because those things were on back order, and now they're on low inventory again. So I hope to God they stay good for the next week. Um, Be Cute Designer Series paper, which these items are in the scrapbooking brochure, online only. meant to be two-tone cardstock. All right, so you're going to get a sample of that. So no matter which option you want, you're going to get 8 card kits and envelopes. Okay, but it just matters. Do you want a quarter pack of the stuff? Which here are the numbers. 10 Bee Trinkets, 2.5 yards, 6 by 12 pieces of the Be Cute designer paper, and then I'm gonna explain this two-tone situation later. But two 6 by 12 pieces and two 12 by 12 pieces. Or you can get a half pack, which is double that, right? All the stuff. And prices are according. Or the full pack. If you haven't ordered any of this stuff and you just want it and it'll come all together with your card packets or card kits, fine. If you want to add an extra pack of the card kits and envelopes, which is just the consumable stuff that I am cutting for you to make the actual cards. $22 for that, add that on, but I'm only offering that with the half or the full pack options because for 2 of the things, you only have enough with the quarter pack option to make 1 set. So that's that, right? If you need your packet shipped, it's going to be an extra $9. I think postage went up again like a month ago, but I'm going to go with 9. And if it's less, I always refund you. If it's more, I'm just going to eat it. RSVP, have to have it by next Friday. This is a quick turnaround thing. I mean, either you want the packet or you don't, right? Because I'm more worried about the stuff going out. Let me see. Let's get back to here. So yeah, I'm worried about the stuff going out of stock because those 2 things are on low inventory again. So, but I don't like a long lead time for these things anyway, because like I just want to get it done. I can't trust the inventory really. So you're not going to get these in time for Easter. So these are very cute papers and the cards are going to be adorable. They would be perfect for Easter, but it's not going to be in time for Easter because, I wanted to have this a month and a half ago. But still cute cards, springy stuff, all that. Yeah, Gail, it's hard to keep up with all the stuff, like all the products that are changing every 2 months. We get new stuff. It's hard to keep up. But then with the inventory, up, down, like it's frustrating. And I know I've seen other demonstrators, like the big ones that'll just buy 200 or 300 things of everything and then just have it available, but not doing that. So, ooh, Deb, you have tune in. Awesome. Yeah, and that's one I'm actually going to keep. Oh, and that was the other thing. So, I usually do my retiring sale 50% off the catalog price. I let you guys have first go at that. So I'm going to do that on a Sunday, April 27th. It's really like before the catalog ends, but I have stuff the following weekend. I just can't do it. So that'll be on Facebook only, and I'll get the word out. I'll have an ad, all that. But it'll be on Facebook only. Sunday, April 27th at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. So we'll talk more about that later. So, like as we get closer. All right, let's look at our stuff that we are going to be working with. Okay, so Petunia Pop ribbon. I love it. 3/8 inch, and it's got this like stitching top and bottom. I don't know if that's going to focus. Yeah, there it goes. I like it. So depending on what option, you'll get some of that. Tiny Bee Trinkets. These have gone out of stock, I think, twice. But they are adorable. They really are teeny tiny. The good thing about these is they're flat on the back, so we can just put a little glue behind it and it's not coming up. So you'll either get a quarter pack, half pack, or a full pack. Here's our designer series paper. So cute. I love it with the Petunia Pop and the bubble bath. So, what am I saying? Yeah, it is bubble bath, right? Bubble bath. Yep. Sometimes I want to say bubble gum. Gail, am I going to be done by the time I do my show? Oh yeah, I'm going to start my sale at 6 and you go on at 8. So I don't have 2 hours worth of stuff. Usually it's like 45 minutes or an hour, like if that, right? Because I always put the list out ahead of time of what I have. So if people don't even want anything, they're not going to watch. So yeah, definitely. But yeah, so look, so cute. I love this. Love that plaid background. The honey pots, so cute. Some swirly business. Little bees, well, I should say smaller bees with the little pink trails. I love this, the hearts. You can just ship it all to Di. Oh Lord, is Di on here? The flowers, and I did cut them sideways because I wanted the stripes. I like the stripes better on this one. And yeah, I love it. The bubble bath and the petunia. More bees. Now look, these are different. So these have like flowers in them. This has, you know, the hearts. So, and these have flowers too, but different again. So the bees are a tiny bit smaller. So here's our patterns. Oh, I love that. Oh, and I think I forgot to mention. So I am using the Bee My Valentine, the bee stamp, and the punch from last year. If you want the new one, obviously you can use the new bundle that's meant to be. That's the one that's online now, and it comes with dies. If you want to add that to your order, just let me know, and you can get it for save on the tax and shipping. That'll be all on my blog post. All right. But or just use what you have. Maybe you have a different bee set entirely, right? Or dragonfly or something like some flying critter. All right, so that's the papers. Now the two-tone cardstock. So when you look on the catalog or online, it says it's got a wonky amount of sheets. So there's 12 sheets, but there's no wait, 4, 8. Yeah, there's four Petunia Pop, 12 by 12, four Bubble Bath, 12 by 12, two Old Olive, and I'm just using, yeah, I'll put these with the other one, two Old Olive, 12 by 12. So if you're going to get a quarter pack option, you're going to get one of this, one of this, one of this, and then two Pool Party. So again, a quarter pack option is going to be the 6 by 12. I am keeping these all, whatever's 12 by 12, I'm keeping it 12 by 12. Hey, Di. I found when I was redoing my cardstock, I found a bunch of the older, when we get designer paper and it's got the cardboard in it and like the resealable plastic. So I've got a whole bunch of those. So I can safely ship 12 by 12 things. All right. So that's the two-tone cardstock option. I do like this stuff. I don't necessarily care for it as card bases, but I like it for other things. So that's like more about like the kit stuff. So let's get into it. Let me put this somewhere. All right, so the first one. Now remember, in your card kit, or if you get the packet, you're going to get two of each card. We're only doing one. These are the color inks that I am using. We've got Black, Petunia Pop, Pool Party, Bubble Bath, Daffodil Delight, and Old Olive. All right, and let me just put these, get some stuff out of the way. So first up, we're gonna do a fun book fold card. And my stuff got out of order, so this is no good. All right, 1, 2, where is that? Uh-oh. Okay. Did I already put it somewhere? No. All right, let's go backwards. Oh, wait, here we go. It's on the bottom. Okay, this is the next one. Oh, another thing. So I am using, we'll see on the, actually this one too. I did not get the new die, right? The new set. So the only difference between this set and the new set, I mean, as far as the bees, there are two bees in the other set that's online with dies. One's smaller, one's bigger than this. So this is like the mama bear size of the bees, right? Then there's different dies and different hexagon dies. Well, I didn't like those. I didn't want to get another bee set. Like I like this one good enough. But I really like these that I found. One of the girls that I watch on YouTube, Tiffany something, Let's Get Scrappy. So these came from Scrap Diva Designs, and you guys, eventually I'm gonna make like a mini scrapbook out of this. This big one is almost 6 inches, 5 3/4 inches, like across. So this biggest one, like 6 by 6. So they are back in stock, and they are called hexagon double stitched dies. So anything that I need to die cut or punch or emboss for you is going to be done in the class packet. All right. Now, obviously, if you don't have these, you use the dies that it is Peggy. It is very huge. You use whatever you have. All right. So first one, book book binding card. So we've got 4 1/4 Petunia Pop, 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it at 5 1/2, and then I flipped it over and scored at 6 3/4 because I like my fold to go down like that, and then this. Okay, let me get my bone folder. Now you're gonna cut your own designer series paper unless it's a situation where I have to cut it like with a die or something, and we'll see that on the next card. But 2 pieces of white that are 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. So one's gonna go here, one's gonna go on the inside. We're gonna have another piece of white that is 1 1/8 by 4 1/8, and that's gonna go here. And then I have cut a little hexagon for you out of a piece of white. Gloria, you don't have large ones, you just have little ones. So how big is the largest one that you have? I mean, you're going to be able to, make it work. But that's the thing I couldn't tell from online, like how big were the dies that are with the meant to be bundle. All right, now I'm only cutting one, but here's what you're going to do. We're going to take our paper, and if you get the 1/4 pack option, yours is going to be cut in this direction. So I want to cut this at 4 inches first. All right, so I'm going to cut it 4 that way. Let me just double check, because once I cut this, I cut it. Yep, 4 by 4. And then I want to cut it this way at 4. All right, this will be our main piece. Then flip it over. So we're going to use the same piece. This piece I want to be 1 inch, and it's already the right height. So I'm just cutting it 1 inch, right? And then you're going to be making 2, so you would cut it again, and you'd have a little bit left. So I am putting this in my scrap pile so I can all organize it later. Okay. So we're going to be using the Bee Trinkets, and we're going to be using some of the ribbon. So let's start with the bookbinding part. So we want to take our plaid. And of course, if you want to reverse these and have it little bees and plaid on this side, you could do that. But that's not my plan. So we'll just do it this way first, and then you decide which way you want. I really like this plaid on the back. Oops, getting glue everywhere. All right, that looks like it's a wonky height or something. No, that's good. All right, so I'm just going to glue this on. Now, some people don't like to do all the layering. They just want to cut a piece of designer paper. You can do that too if you want. Doesn't matter. We'll just have a bigger border, right? All right, now before I glue this, I'm going to put ribbon on, but let's do these pieces. God, those are cute. And I should have planned ahead as far as stamping all the bees that I want to add later or extras, but I did not. So, ooh. Random for Penny, I just saw something that we might be getting Buc-ee's here in Maryland. I think it's going to be out towards Frederick. I'm not sure, which is like kind of the boonies for us. But that's exciting. Then I'll be able to get the beaver nuggets even more than I should. That'll be really good for my sugar. All right, so let's get this on here. I am loving it. So that's our book fold. So I want to tie ribbon around this part. All right, so just take a little bit and make sure it's flat on the bottom. And I'm just going to do like a little knot. I'm not going to do a full-blown bow. I mean, the knot will be lumpy enough. All right, get that even-ish. And then hold it down. Okay. And a little trim. Very cute. All right, now we can open it up and really don't be shy with your glue. And if you're using tape still, that's fine. Just use extra so that it will stay down with this ribbon. Okay. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. You're also going to get several sheets, probably 3 or 4 sheets of basic white to do all your die cutting of bees and everything. So I'm just going to be using scratch paper for mine. But you will have plenty to cut some bees. Penny, you went to 3 Buc-ee's? When? Just like today? That seems excessive. Like it seems it seems to me they should have had what you needed at the first one. Yeah, Jamie, and I still haven't been to the sheets that came up in Bowie, right? Hey, Lori. Okay. So I want this. So I don't know if you can tell, there's tiny little stitching around the edges of these. It's not so deep that it cuts through entirely. So there definitely is a good side and a bad side. So I want this to go down here. And let's do a little, let's stamp B. All right, let's just grab this one. So when I want you to like use something to cut out stuff with, I cut the corner off. So then you know, like this is to stamp and die cut or punch or something. Do something with it. All right, I think we'll just do 1 B for this one. We're gonna do Daffodil Delight. Ooh, I might have to re-ink my daffodil. Obviously not right now, but that's all right. So cute. And then we'll add some stripes. And it looks like my stripes are gonna go this way. Now I'm just using Memento for this because I didn't wanna have to sit here and wait for the other black to dry. Like I really do like the VersaFine Onyx. But we got a lot of bees to stamp like through the course of tonight. All right, now let's punch this. And I'm just gonna cut this because then I can use this part for more bees. And let's just punch this guy out. And I'm doing the wings separate. We're gonna give him 1 wing. Oop, okay. So there's our bee. And I'll just put that over there. And I picked out, ooh, I didn't pick out any faces. I need a face for him. We're just gonna put smiley face on all of them. Here is smiley face. Teeny tiny. Okay, this will be good. So yeah, actually I want the bee to go like that. So these dies are the hexagon dies. The girls that I've seen, I've seen 2 of them that made little albums out of them. Ooh, there is something on here. They are so cute, and it is on my list to create because, I mean, you just have to. All right, let's get that. And I forgot to do the antennas. He's not going to get any antennas. It'll be fine. But he is going to get some wings. So I dragged out a piece of vellum. Oops, and I just dropped something. I hope I didn't need it. So I kind of want to do these stamp on the vellum for the wings and see if that's gonna like look nicer. So I want to take the solid image and I'm going to stamp it off and then stamp it on the vellum. And I know you guys can't see that, A, because my paper's dirty. B, I can barely see it. All right, I got it. So Oh, we got it. Okay. I'm going to clean this off. Although I think most of them are going to have pool party wings, so I don't know why I was bothering with that. And then we're just going to punch this out. All right, and that worked out. Let me put this vellum over here so it's not entirely in the way. All right, now I'm assuming that this is still a little bit wet, but that's fine. I'm just going to put a little glue on here. Boop. All right, do that. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. All right, now greeting. I wanted, I like a lot of birthday or, like generic, but I want to say you'll always be the one for me because I think that's going to fit nice. Yep, it is. You make my heart buzz. I definitely don't want Valentine's because that's old news. But I did pull out a few other stamps that we're going to use the greetings from. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, I could do a thinking of you. Let's stick with this one for now. And I'm going to do that in, let's do Petunia Pop. And then I can add, I want to add some like other little, I don't know. I can't be too plain. All right, I need like a little flower or something. Oh, cute. I love that. So since we've got hearts, I can do some more of the hearts, or I really want like just a little flower. And I like that one the best. And we're gonna just add this in bubble bath. And I'm not worried about like, adding greenery. I just want a couple little bits. Yeah, let's do another one. So it's like part of 3 things. Okay, cute, 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 cute. Yeah, when I went through the catalog as far as like all the retired stuff, that I think I might have 8 sets left. Like it is crazy. This year it just seems some years are worse, some years are worse than others as far as how much am I actually going to have left to work with. And this was a bad year. I mean, I know it's the nature of the beast, like that's how it goes, but it is still frustrating. Oh, I love that. All right. I want to pop these up. So get you some dimensionals or foam tape, whatever you want. How about the honeycomb? Oh, I could have, yeah. The thing is that the honeycomb is on some of the other prints. But yeah, that would have been good. Oh, I think I thought about doing that on the inside, but ugh. All right, let's get these off of here. All right, and then we'll put this on. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. Cute, cute, cute. All right, now, gems, what did I have picked out? We definitely want to add like a couple of bees. Oh my God, that could have been bad. All right, I need to get these scooped up back in here. So I want to add 2 bees, so then that'll be 3 bees total. Right, and then some, let's use some of these in color sparkle gems, which of course these are going away. They always seem to change the embellishments for the in colors. All right, so I want to do Petunia Pop. Let's do right here for 1. We'll do a big one. Oh yeah, that can hang off. 1, 2. We'll do another big one. Nice. We'll do a bee here, a bee there. And these are, you just have to glue them, right? Get it the right side up. You could use glue dots. I just like drop them down onto a little thing of glue. So you could use glue dots. I just like the idea of glue better. Oh, for cute. And then we'll add another gem right here. All right, and we'll do a little one. Cute. So if you don't have these, do like, am I buzzed? That is hilarious, Penny. No. What was I going to say? Oh, you can always use like rhinestones or, something else, whatever you have, really. But that's our first card, our book binding card. I love it. Yeah, I think I could do like some of the honeycombs on there or more flowers. But I love it. So you'll have this piece, you put whatever you want in it. Again, if you don't have this bee, you just use something. Use whatever you have. Penny, you have hives. Are you kidding me, or do you really have hives? Because that can't be fun. Okay, next one. This might be my favorite that we're gonna make. I'm looking at my notes. Yep, I think this one's gonna be my favorite. All right, so we're using this piece of paper with the honey pot. Now, this is a case where I have to cut this out with the dies that I have. So your cardstock is going to be, you're going to get what's ever left over after I cut out the 2 pieces that I need. And I will try to use as little as possible. Okay. So Queen Bee, happy birthday, Queen Bee. Oh, that would be a cute saying for sure. All right, put that there. So we're going to make a shaped card. And so all these pieces are going to be cut for you. All right. So we've got Daffodil Delight, and I think I used like the 4th size in. It doesn't really matter. This is going to fit in a medium envelope. So it's about 4 inches wide this way, 4 5/8 inch tall. I like it to sit this way, so I'm probably going to put the hinge. Well, we can do it at the top or the side. Let's just do it at the top. So a top piece and a back piece. Now, remember, this is, the dots only show up really on one side. So I want the back to face down, right? Then we've got a hinge because we need to connect these. So this Daffodil Delight piece is 3/4 inch wide by 2 1/4 inch long. And I scored it at 3/8. So that's like half of 3/4. So let's put this on. And you do want to put your hinge on first. Now this is 2 1/4 because it's this size, right? So let's add glue. So yeah, when I found these dies, so cute. And I went and Googled just last night because these were out of stock for a while, and they are back in stock. But I found there's a whole bunch of companies now that have hexagon shaped dies. And when I first looked, I didn't find any. So we want that hinge right at the very top, okay? And then we're gonna glue it right like this. But I will add, I don't think I can add a link, but I can post the code again. Like, if you guys want to get these dies, use the coupon, use the Let's Get Scrappy code, and you get 10% off your whole order. So, I mean, that's cool. Oh, and these dies. So, like, another reason why I didn't get the Stampin' Up ones, the Stampin' Up ones were $35, and I only wanted hexagon dies. I didn't want the other dies that came with it. These were only $18. Ugh. So, use that code, and then you get 10% off. Like, it's a better deal, really. So, all right, so that's that. So here's the base of our card that is super cute. Now, obviously, we can see the hinge. There's nothing you can do about that. But do you see how you can't really have it on the left because it's not going to sit up? So you either have to have it at, so I'm saying you could have it this way so it opens. That's kind of like a side fold card. I really do like that. The top folds I just don't trust because they will eventually because this, is just Daffodil Delight. It's not like thick white. Okay, I'm going that way. So it doesn't really matter. You can have it 6-sided thing. Anywho. All right, so I've die cut this a layer down. So we're just gonna glue this on. Oh, these honey pots are so cute. All right, and then the inside, we're just gonna glue that on the inside. You can tart yours up on the inside as much as you want. And yeah, I just have to ignore the fact that I can see that hinge, but that is so cute. All right, now it's kind of tiny, but we do have enough room to get something. And I want to stamp, yikes. I was thinking I would put a bee on it, and then I wanted the greeting to be, "You are as sweet as honey." Cute. All right, let's put this in Petunia Pop. And again, you'll just have plenty of scrap. You'll have plenty of basic white. Yeah, Jamie, I like the little side hinge action as well. I will have to share the link to Tiffany's video with the scrapbook that she made. That's what forced me to buy the dies anyway, because she is on point. Like, it is too cute. All right, let me put these away because I was going to use those in color ones. Now this greeting, I'm just going to hand cut. Obviously, if you have a die that fits, you could do that. All right, let's do that. And ripsies. You are as sweet as honey. And I can tell I got that a smidge crooked. Let's have another crack at it. There we go. Now I want to pop up the greeting this time. And I'm going to use this line right down here. So cute. All right, so we've got our bee-shaped card. You are as sweet as honey. Okay, let's do a bee real quick. This time, how about I stamp 2 of these, if I can. Oh, I think I can barely get 2 in there, but that's fine. All right, and then we'll do our little black stripies. I'm only going to use 1 bee on this card, but I'm saying I might as well stamp these. Oh, I didn't land that one. That's okay. That'll be good. All right, punch, punch, punch. So yeah, you could probably stamp all your bees at one time. That would probably be a better, more efficient way to do it. Oh, that's gonna be cute. Or we can have them down here. Oh, you know what? We can do it down here. No, wait. Ugh, duh, there's wings. All right, where's my other scrap? Okay. Let's do some wings. This time I'm not gonna do on vellum. I'm just gonna do on basic white. And stamp off. And then add that. And then add our extras. Cute. And we'll punch this out. All right, that's good enough. And I can stamp the antenna on this little heart. Cute. And then we'll put a face. All right, let's do that. So we'll have it facing this way this time. Easy. maybe you're going to have all the pieces cut for you, or, you know, if you're going to have your own, like just cut a couple. And if you don't have the hexagons, like any shaped card would be cute, I think. Right? And then let's put the wings on. And this time I want to add Wink Stella to the wings. Like I like the vellum one on the other, because I think that's a nice look with the vellum. But since we're doing cardstock, let's just give it some shimmer. Cute, cute, cute. All right, it's gonna have to go. This was poor planning. Can I lift this up without ripping it? No. All right, it's gonna have to go like right here, but it can hang off the edge because the envelope is wider. Okay. All right, talk myself down. It'll be fine. All right, let's do that. And then his antenna, or his, what are those things? The wings can be free. Okay, let's do this. Oh, cute, cute, cute. I love it. All right, now I did want to put a tiny little bit of ribbon on this one, just to do it. Let's just tie a little knot. Just to give it a little accent. And this, I would say, put on with a glue dot. So if you have plenty of glue dots left from your paper pumpkins, remember I made this box? Well, I had to make a new one because the other one was too big. So I made a teeny tiny box for my extra glue dots. All right, let's do, ooh, these are really big too. All right, let's put that there. Ugh, cute, 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 cute. All right, and then I want to add a few of these. These are the glossy dots, and they're Daffodil, Pool Party, Gorgeous Grape, and Melon Mambo. But I wanted to put some of the yellow ones on here because I feel like we have enough with the petunia. So let's just do like one, two, and then one over here somewhere. And they're 3 different sizes. I'm guessing that these are on the last chance list because these have been around for at least 2 years. I was surprised that they carried over last year. Yeah, I need an odd number. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just put a thing right on him or her. All right. Oh, I like it. Cute. And I don't know if I was going to use these again or not, so I'm just going to leave them out. But yeah, cute. So I am digging the side fold action as well because I like, because then you can sit it up like a regular, you know, sit on your table card. Oh, cute, 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 cute. Okay. Now, in case you hadn't noticed, like these colors are not necessarily for little boys, I'm guessing. I mean, it could be, but you know, they're springy. Diane, are we cropping in April? Yeah, I am cropping. All right, next one, we're going to use some of the two-tone paper. So this will be a case where I have to cut your two-tone cardstock for you because I'm embossing it. So we have got Pool Party, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then we've got your, I'm going to use Party Dots, which these are still out of stock, but I have them, so I'm using them. Pretty in Pink, Pool Party, Peach Pie. I think they're sometime in April. I'd have to double check. Now, oops, basic white. So 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. So I'm just going to put that in here right now. This card seems really tall after working with the hexagons. That's cracking me up. All right, so the pool party. The two-tone cardstock is lighter on one side and darker on the other. Let me grab this piece. All right, so this is the darker side. Let me just hold this all up. So that's the darker side, which you can't tell in the camera, but it really is darker than the pool party. When we flip it over, the lighter side is a perfect match. And in my screen, when I'm looking, it looks like this is lighter than this, but in real life, they seem to be exactly the same. So I embossed this piece. I have this old honeycomb folder that I kept around for years just because I liked it and I thought it would come in handy. So I'm embossing it with the light side. So the raised bits are on the light side. All right. So that's the dark side. That looks, it just doesn't, it doesn't look as great. This, I love it. So you can leave it like this, and it really does start to break the paper down because this paper is so thin. But you can take your, and you don't have to do this if you don't want to, take your sanding block, gently, gently scrape over the raised up bits, right? Because you don't want to rip stuff. All right, and if it's uneven, great. It'll be like grungy looking. All right, and some of the embossing is like higher in spots than others, and that's just my big shot. All right, so I love it. So we can see a little bit of the white. Okay, and we're just gonna glue that down. So your two pieces, you're gonna need a piece for every card. I will cut and emboss, and then you'll get the leftover, because the pool party two-tone cardstock is one of the pieces that you'll get just a 6x12 piece of with the quarter kit option. Okay, so that's that. Then we've got two hexagons that I punched out, or cut with my dies. And then there's a little script left, a little scrap of the two-tone that I want to stamp this greeting in, whatever greeting I'll choose. So this one, I didn't necessarily want to do bees. I want to do like some of the flowers. So this is where we're going to get some old olive. And oh, dang, I need more of my the flower bases, like the stems and that other business. Okay. How many blocks can I use? I could use all of them. All right, this one doesn't really fit. Let's try this. All right, cool. This one will. And I want to do a greeting on the bottom one. So they're going to go like this. And I want to have a greeting and flowers. Let's do that. And actually, I'm going to do these flowers on the same one, just so I can like stamp, 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 flip it, stamp, stamp. Okay. The greeting, I want that to be in, we're going to do Old Olive, Petunia Pop, and let's put the greeting in Pool Party. So I want to do the greeting first, just so I can make sure everything fits. And which greeting did I want? Love you. No. What do my notes say? It does not say. So that means it is up to grab. So let's do the thinking of you. So this friends, oh, that's barely going to fit, but that's fine. Oh, yeah, I like that. Okay. This Friends for Life bundle, retiring. Of course it is. I mean, I know stuff has to go. Like, they can't keep everything. It's just frustrating when I can only use something for basically a year At one point they told us like anything new in the catalog would stay for, I thought it was like 2 years, and that was determined to be a lie. All right, I'm putting this up as far up as I can get it. All right, now if you have a smaller greeting, oh, that is perfect. I love it. A smaller greeting would definitely fit better. All right, let me wash this off because I might use that again. I don't think so, but all right, so I want to do, I kind of have to do flowers first because I don't know how tall they will be. You know what I mean? Like with the greenery. So let's do Petunia Pop, and we're just gonna do these all together. Oof. I want to do Petunia. Oopsie. And Bubble Bath. And then another Petunia. Oh, I put that right in the wrong color. You guys. Ugh. All right, it's not the end of the world. I'm gonna have to separate these two. All right, and then we'll do Old Olive with both of the, and it's just gonna get like the tippy tops. I kind of like that mix. So that was Petunia Pop dipped in the bubble bath. Dumb, but I like it. All right, and then we'll add a little green there. I'm just gonna, I want some more leaves. All right, that's gonna be good enough. Now this second one up here, I can start with the leaves because it's an open page, really. All right, so now you guys, I even told Dave, like, I knew I was probably gonna be going over some. So it might be like 9:15-ish by the time we're finished. Okay, I like that. And then I kind of want to add some that are stamped off and they can crisscross. Ooh, I like it. That's going to be a whole bunch of flowery goodness. Now, you have other flowers that you like better, use them. You want to use bees, use bees. You're going to have these pieces. And I'm putting that Old Olive away because I know I'm finished with it. Okay, this one, Petunia Bubble Bath. I'm just going to stamp all the pink ones first so I don't mess up again. Let's do that. And there. Okay. And then we'll have like Petunia Pop, Petunia Pop. And that will be enough color. The Petunia Pop is really a lot darker, so I don't want it to like overwhelm everything. Cute. That kind of landed off the stem, but that's all right. I'm gonna live with it. All right, wiping, wiping. Now these layers, I'm gonna put flat on here. Now, if you want to use this as just kind of like a put it in the middle, ooh, we can do that, but I want them to touch then, overlap a little bit. Oh yeah, I like that better. Okay. So this little scrap, I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do. I'm gluing it light side up because again, the light side looks better. And I'm eyeballing the middle-ish of the card. And then we're just gonna glue these flat and add some bees. Let's just hold these. Okay, so I want it up touching that, overlapping this little strip. That turned out to be a fun thing. And then they kind of like fit together. I love it. Get them straight, hold that down. All right, and I have my party dots, so I want to add just a couple bees and then some dots. And I am going to use like the Let's do a bee here. I am going to do the pool party dots, and then we'll put a bee right there because that's kind of like a bald spot down there. Oh, cute. This would be a good job for those, the tweezers that are like opposite grab. Gloria, you took a pic of Penny's remark. Hey, Julie. Okay. Let's do that. Oh, cute, cute, cute. And then we'll add some dots. So this is card number 3. And I like the tone on tone of the dots. So let's see, we'll do 1, 2, and then 3 down there. 1, and then we use these 2 that are right up here. Ooh. So yeah, I was thinking I might have used the Hive embossing folder that was from like a year or 2 ago, but that was different. That was like the inside of a hive, I think, and I think it just would have torn this paper straight up. So I'm glad I had this honeycomb. This is a thin one. And again, so your piece will be embossed. So that's number 3. I like it. Oh, thanks, Lori. And then, of course, if you want to do some on the inside, but I love that. All right, number 4. Now this one's a big one. I don't always do the same size cards. Let me get a drink of water. Penny, by the time she's rejoined us, do you mean me or someone else? Because I can't tell. Okay, next one we're going to do is a 5x7 card. And I do have white 5x7 envelopes, so you're not going to get screwed out of your envelope. So we've got all these pieces. So Petunia Pop, this is 7x10, and then I score it at 5. Okay, in half. So this will be a lot of room to write. And I can tell already I'm gonna have to move these ink pads because I have to get my cutter up here. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Then we've got pieces that are, we've got basic white and bubble bath. These are both 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. All right. So that's going to give us a small border there. I'm going to go ahead and put this one on the inside. All right, looks like my getting some boogery business here. Let's get rid of that. All right, put this on the inside. And of course, if you want to stamp on the inside, go for it. All right, and get my other, well, let's use this one. Burnish this down, trying to, sometimes I get like, I can see the glue underneath, like when I swirl it. So let's try to just smash that down. Okay. Then we have, so we're going to layer on this. We have a Petunia Pop piece that is 4x6. So that's going to get layered onto there. But we're using this because we're going to cover it with our designer series paper. All right, then we've got 2 die cuts. So these pieces are going to be die cut for you. I've layered, this is from the Friends of Life, Full of Life bundle. So Petunia Pop for the base, bubble bath for the words. So that says friend. Then we've got a piece of Petunia Pop. This is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then you're going to have 2 different pieces of bubble bath. These are both 3 by 4, but I couldn't decide which one I liked better. So we're just going to do both. So you're going to get one that's with the distressed tile embossing folder, which is retiring. Good night, Lori. And then one with the plaid folder. Okay. The embossing folder you have is smaller hexagons. Oh, smaller than that. It's not the Hive one though, right? Was there a smaller one, or is it like not even a Stampin' Up one? Because I seem to remember something a long, long time ago. All right, now we want to cut designer series papers for, and remember, you're going to be cutting your own DSP in this situation. So I want 4 pieces that are 2 by 3 each, right? So this 4 by 6 piece, we're covering it with a piece here, 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 here. So 4 panels. So they're going to be 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3, 2 by 3. So I want this one, this one, this one, and this one. So they want to be 2 inches tall. So I'm going to cut everything this way first. All right, at 2 inches. All right, 2 inches. And then turn it and cut it at 3 inches. All right, so this will be perfect that you're going to work on 2 cards at a time because you're going to get that. All right, now this one, this is the one that I want to use both sides. So again, we'll cut 2 inches and then 3 inches. And now we just flip it over and we have the piece we want. All right, and then put that away. And then the little bees. So we want to go 2 inches and 3 inches. Now, same thing with this one, as far as like flipping it over. If you want this pattern, the hearts instead of those tinier bees, then that's up to you. So if we want it like that, maybe you want this instead. Yeah, it's an option. I kind of like that. All right. So I am making myself change my own mind. I kind of like this, but then I would have the bees in that corner. Ooh, I like that. Okay, so we want to take this 4 by 6 piece and we're just going to glue our pieces on here and just start in one corner and work your way around. All right. So I like this size 2 by 3 because it's easy cutting out of your 12 by 12 or your 6 by 12. All right, now just line those up corner to corner. And if it doesn't hit it exactly, don't worry about it. All right, we'll put this one on. Cute, cute, cute. And it's probably going to hang over a smidge, right? Because, let me just go over, put this glue down. Even though this cardstock is 4 by 6 and each piece is 3 by 3, when we're butting them up, these 2 pieces next to each other, it's got like a little extra room. It takes up a smidge more room. Like, see that smidge? Versus if you had a piece that was 2 by 6, obviously it would go edge to edge. But when we cut it and we're gluing them together, that seam adds a little. So it makes it grow on the end. But we're not going to worry about that. All right, and then we're going to glue this. Oh, wait, how did this happen? Did I glue the wrong piece? Oh, I cut it wrong. This is 4 1/4. Thank God. All right, 4 by 6. Is this even 6? It better be. Yeah. Okay, I was going to panic there for a minute. So, well, let me cut this to 4 inches. How about that? I'm like, it can't be off that much. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now I'm like, which one was I doing? That one. Ooh, I kind of like that. Is that how I had it? It is now. All right, we're going to butt these up again, corner to corner, everything. Now, if there's going to be any air like in the middle, that's totally fine because we're covering up. So some of these are not meeting exactly. That's okay. All right, and then let's do this. And yeah, if it's not perfect, that's fine. I love it though. Not how I liked it, how I had it. Okay, that's what I was thinking too. Did I have these reversed? I think so, but I like this one better because pink, pink instead of pink, pink. Would you agree? I think so. It is now. You're using that. All right, so this. Cute. All right, now, like I said, you're gonna have both of these. I'm gonna do the distressed tile one first. So I'm just gluing this down. And yeah, you guys, if you have to like ditch and then come back to watch this, the last one, and then I've got one more, got a bonus project for you. I totally understand and I appreciate you being here anyway. All right, now this ends up covering up most of the pretty papers, but I mean, that's just how it is. All right, so let's do that. And I'm gonna glue this on. So I cut this friend out. I use my, what's it? My detailed cut thing that I can't remember the name of. Chrome precision plate, that thing. I love it. All right, but I always lose the eye. Like when I'm pulling it out of the die, like it disappears. So I'm gonna keep the larger piece in there. And I really do need those tweezers here. All right, so I'm gonna hold it, not like that. I'm gonna hold it like this, so then I can eyeball it, okay? But yeah, I'm just gonna have to use a gem for the eye because that little bit always disappears on me. All right, so I'm just hitting this. There we go. And just gonna line it up the best I can. And press that down. Okay. That's gonna work. Get rid of this extra glue. And then we can pop these out. So I found it's better to keep this bottom layer in the cardstock. Add your smaller layer. Oh, cute, cute, cute. All right, now I definitely want to be here. And let's go ahead and mount this to our bubble bath. Oh, and then we're going to use some more ribbon on this too. All right, so this I just want centered. Centered-ish. That's good. We can glue this down. I like working with this size card sometimes. And if you have a bunch of people that need to sign, yes, precision plate, the chrome precision plate. Or if you just have a lot to say to somebody, or if your handwriting is huge. These are good sizes. Okay. Sorry, whacked my my hanging thing. Okay, now before I attach this, I want to add some ribbon. So along the side. So I haven't done this in a while, but I like to add like a ruffle of ribbon. So you're gonna get some tear and tape or this red adhesive, this red line adhesive, whatever you have that is super strong. And again, well, it doesn't matter, but I'm putting it on this side. And then I'll cut it. Burnish, burnish, burnish this, but not too much that it flattens out my embossing. Okay, so again, quarter kit, you're gonna get like 2.5 yards of this ribbon. And we so far haven't used a whole bunch. So I like to ruffle. I need a stylus. You need something. All right, so I start with this edge like, and I want to hang it like halfway off the edge. So like that. Oops, that's not in focus. How long is it going to take to focus? There we go. So see how I've got it like hanging halfway off and I've got the edge there. So we've got that. And then I'm just going to loop and press, right? Keep looping it. And I'm using the loop to like help me make gathers. That's what you're really doing. And then press. And it doesn't have to be like perfectly straight. If it's wonky, that's fine. And this does use quite a bit of ribbon. but you will have enough. Okay. And then the edge, I just bring it back. Let's trim a tiny little bit, and we can either let it hang or just tuck it in, and there should be a little bit of adhesive that it will stick on. So just like that. All right. So that's a nice ruffle, but this is the edge I want. So flat, flat, flat. I want to smash this and add more tape over top of the edge of that, just to really make it stick. All right, so flatten, flatten, flatten. I just had the edge of this. Oh, here we go. All right, and I'm gonna catch the top part of that, of the ribbon. All right. Nice. And we might as well add another layer while we're here, and something over here. Why not? I don't really, I mean, you could like pop this whole layer up with dimensionals, but I like putting this extra tape right on top of that. I just think it makes it more committed to staying there. All right. Get this little edge off. Oh, this might be tough because it wants to peel right off of the ribbon. There we go. Okay. All right. And then let's just fill this in with some glue. Why not? All right. So, oh, we could do this at a wonky angle. I kind of like it all straight though. So let's just do this. Okay, perfect. And friend, and I am gluing this down flat, just because even with the mini dimensionals, that might work, but that's a pain in the butt for right now. All right. And this reminds me of like Barbie colors. Not my intention, but cute. All right, so greeting. You want to get we're going to do a bee. Actually, let's do 2 bees and a greeting. So I wanted to say, let's celebrate friend, time to celebrate friend, hello friend, thank you for being a friend. I kind of like that. I'm definitely going to use that next week. Or just happy birthday friend. Let's go with happy birthday because that's what I use the most of. Okay. Just giving that a little bit of, there we go. All right, so we're going to do that in Petunia Pop. And then we're going to do 2 bees. 2 bees or not 2 bees. And put that away for now. Okay. And I can, let's see. There we go. I'm just going to stamp up this side. All right, I'm just going to leave that. And we'll do the stripes. And I'm trying to pay attention. There we go. So it hits the edge. Oh, there we don't go. But it'll be fine. All right, let's do that. And where's his face? I see the antennas right there. Okay. We're gonna do, actually, let me punch them out first. I don't want to mess up the face. I am gonna hand cut this. So let's just do that. See, I really only use like a half a sheet, so I'm gonna have to see. You might get 2 or 3 of the half sheets of white for all your stamping of all your bits that you need. All right, that looks good. And then we're gonna need some wings. All right, so actually this will be a better. Yeah, I do like it stamped off better. That looks just a little bit more wing-like. All right. Oh, I nailed that. That was okay. All right, put that there. Where's my punch? Right here. All right, let's punch this one first. And of course, if you want to do 2 sets of wings for each one, that's up to you. Okay, there's that. Oops, all these little bits flying. Okay, so we want bees facing each other. Oh, cute. And then we'll do 2 sets of antenna. Punch these guys out. Ooh, I can almost barely not get my finger in there. All right. Okay. Okay. Almost. See what I mean? Where if I had stamped all these bees ahead of time, that would have been a little better. But I appreciate you guys sticking it out. All right, we're gonna do that and that. And this little guy. I don't know if they're supposed to be the antenna are like on top of their bodies. Where'd that one go? Or where'd the other one go? All right, well, that's a goner because I'm not excessively looking for it. Okay. But cute. Cute, cute, cute. All right, let's pop these up and we'll cut out our greeting. So yeah, I'm just gonna hand cut this. If you have a die or a punch you want to use instead, ooh, got that a little bit crooked. Even a little, ooh, no, you know what? Let's do one of these this time. Angle, we'll do the Sue Gale angle. They like to do that. Okay, that wasn't too horrible. All right, pop these bees up. I've got our ribbon. So the bonus project is using, there's one sheet left that is an entire 6x12. So we're gonna make a bag in a box or a box in a bag. I made one a couple weeks ago and I kind of screwed up the measurements and I had to cut my paper. And then, I don't know if you noticed or not, but I cut it too small. It was not perfect, which bothers me, but we're redoing that. All right. So there's one piece that is cut a certain direction. Oh my God, these are so cute. Cute, cute, cute. All right, now for this, I want to put, I wanted my in color gems. Did I leave them where I can see them? Oh, yep, here we go. So I definitely want, I'm going to use Pretty in Pink, but it's, you know, even though this is Bubble Bath, it'll be fine. So I want to use that there. and get this shimmer gem right there. Oh, cute, cute, cute. And then I want to add a couple more bees. Just one bee, actually, because I need to cover up. See this little ink spot right there? I need to fix that. So let's do this. Hang off the edge a little bit, because why not? And we'll put a bee right there. So yeah, if you want this with the quarter kit option, quarter pack, you're only going to get 10 bees. So you'll have to figure out, space out your bees accordingly, because you're going to, use them on quite a few projects. Oh, that's really cute. I love it. And then, of course, you could do some stuff in the middle. Okay, so thanks, Carol. All right, now our last one, bonus project. So this is, like I said, it's going to be a box and a bag. And I need all of these things. We're going to have, this will be the piece that you're using last. We're going to use this whole 6x12 piece of paper, okay? And it's going to be cut this way because we're going to wrap it around this way. And I wanted the bees going the right direction, okay? So 6x12. Then we need a base for the box. So we've got a piece that is 4.5 by 5.25. We're going to score it 1 inch on all 4 sides. 1 inch. And this is cardstock, not the two-tone cardstock. So this is just, regular. 1 inch all sides. All right. Then we've got, we're going to make a little tag that this is hanging off. So again, I cut this with my die. So all these pieces will be cut. This little piece is out of the two-tone old olive. All right. And this time I liked the light side better. I mean, the dark side looks like a good match, but I wanted it to be different this time. So that's that. And then same size to put on the back if you want to write something. All right. And then we're going to add, we'll add a bee to this, I guess. But let's glue this on. Cute. And I'm just going to leave this here for a minute. Then we've got a scrap that I'm going to die cut some handles, or not die cut, punch. So to put our box together, we're going to cut on the left side of this score line straight up and then come at an angle and then angle that. On this one, we'll go to the right side of that score line and cut in at an angle. Cut that, and hopefully that is in focus. And then we're going to do the same thing. So this score line to the left side of it and then come in at an angle, because we want that tab, but we want straight, 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 straight down here. Angle, angle, angle. Okay. Now, do all your burnish, burnish, burnish your fold marks. So making the base of this box really quick. All right, now we're going to glue our tabs and fold them in. I'm just going to put glue on both of these. So you want to glue the inside, bring it up so these corners match. See that? That's a nice corner. All right, same thing there. We want to go straight up. And then down here, same thing. We're going to put glue on the tabs. And drag it up to make that nice corner. Same thing here. Straight on the middle tab. Yeah, I think that's the hardest part, is remembering, because when you cut those straight, that's what gives you this straight edge. If you cut this at an angle, like, then it's just wonky. But so here we have the base of our box. And then we're gonna need this red line tape again, or tear and tape, whatever strong adhesive you have. And I'm gonna put my pin in my glue for now, just so I can get it out of my way, because this is a little bit wide to work with. Let's get that out of there. So you could do glue, but I really don't recommend it because it's just a lot. Because what we're gonna do is tape this to the bottom of our box and just keep going around and around and around. So this is the bottom. So flip it over, put your tape right all the way down the bottom. Okay. I like this pattern, or this piece also, because it had the old olive on the inside. Some of the other patterns, like, it just didn't work for me. Like, what was the inside? Okay, so we're gonna start with this and end with this side. So I want to have more tape on the finishing side. And we should have like a 1/2 inch overlap at the end because of the box size. The finished box size is 2.5 by 3.25. So all these sides add up together is 11.5. So that's why I said, oh, we'll just use a whole 6 by 12 sheet, because that'll give us that 1/2 inch extra. All right, now I'm just gonna open this, peel that off a little bit. What we wanna do, start like in the middle of this box, and we wanna get this edge as close to the bottom edge as we can. All right, and just pinch it as you go. Now, I want to pinch this corner, because if you just drag this around and around and around, you're not going to get that nice of a corner. So let's just give it a little pinch before we commit, and then press it down. All right, we're just trying to keep everything lined up with that bottom, and I really only want to pinch it at the bottom. So same thing, before we come around this corner, I've got my hand on the inside so that I can push this down and just pinch it a little. Just because we want to get it to go around that corner nicely. Push that down. Pull some more of this backing off. And again, just press as you go. All right, I can rip that whole thing off now. Why not? So next corner, now I can sit it on the table. But still, I want to pinch that corner a little bit. Then fold it. Oops. That went a little crazy. So see how that I did it good until the very end. And I can't lift it up. All right, so I'm just gonna have to go with it. So I'm gonna try to force it to go down. Again, pinch, pinch, pinch. Yikes. All right, pinching it at the bottom. Now, we want to kind of get this straight on here. So just squeeze this box a little bit. So squeeze it so it's shut like that. And where the top edge is, can you see how these top edges are flat, like flush? It doesn't have to be perfect, but squeeze, 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 squeeze. Okay. If anything, you might get a buckle. Oh, you know what? It helps if you take the tape off. Hilarious. All right, let's peel this tape off. If I can get my fingernails to work. Okay. Now I have to be careful. So again, let's just squeeze this a little bit. We want this to be like, we don't want bubbles. All right, that's good enough. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. See, perfect. Not perfect, but almost. That's good enough. I think that has to do with this end being a little bit crazy. So, okay, So we've got a good size box. You can fit a lot of stuff down in here. So it's 6 inches tall. And then when we squeeze it like shut, this top part is probably 5.5 inches. Crazy. All right. So handles. I like this round tab punch. Let me see. I have this punch too, which is surprisingly not going away. Actually, we can use these. So just punch 2 of these. Well, I will punch those for you, obviously. That's the, I forget what it's called, punch. But so the stamp set with this one is going away, but the punch is staying. But I kind of like it because, like, for scrapbooks or journals, you know, you need like little handles. All right, so for this, I want it to, I usually have it flush with the thing. So let's just do that. You can put yours up as close as you want. Oh, shoot. You guys, it is 9:30. I told Dave I was going to be running late today. But I didn't mean this late. Okay, this is a super long session. We're almost there. You have the tab dies. Okay. So, Gloria, are the dies staying as well? I would assume so. Peanut butter. Thanks for coming or for being here, Julie. Although you probably didn't see now. Or you're already gone. All right. And then I'm going to put this on. So I'm squeezing this and just kind of eyeballing so it's middle-ish. Similar space. Here we go. And then we'll glue this one on. Okay. Tab. So we're going to use a little bit more of our ribbon. And I'm going to use that bee that I half stamped, if that is still here. Or did I throw it away? Oh, no. Here we go. All I want to do is put a bee on this for now. So we want to punch 2 holes, and you're going to use some of your ribbon. I'm going to go with the bigger hole in my crocodile. You use whatever hole punch you have. I'm just trying to get it kind of like in the middle. All right, and then on my little tag, this is going to be our hang tag. Let's just do it like here with the smaller one. That's fine. I think it's probably going to need the larger one for the ribbon, but we'll see. Oh, no, wait. I want to use, so you want to get like some twine, what do you call it? Linen thread or gold, whatever you have, like something smaller. All right, linen thread, ribbon. Let's pull off 17 inches or so. I don't know. All right, let's put this in the back. So yeah, new catalogs should be here next week. I actually put my first demo order in and forgot that I could order catalogs at the same time, like on the same order, the ones that I'm going to hand out to people. So then I had to go and they got me for another $75 in shipping or $7.95 in shipping. All right, I'm just tying that. Oh, that is cute, 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 cute. But they should be here like next, I don't know, Thursday or Friday maybe. All right, so cut a little bit of twine, linen thread, whatever you have. Fold that in half. So let's go in through the front. Grab that loop and have both of these tails up through that. All right, and I cut too much, but that's okay. So I like to tie a knot in this and then run it through my Petunia Pop because I don't want this hanging down too much. So it's better if you cut too much off initially. So I only want about that much, maybe an inch, and then run this through. Let's do that. And now I can sit it down or come from the back, tie my bow. And I only do this because I tie my bows backwards, apparently. All right, but the front, now it lays nice and I can trim it. All right, and I should have realized, so I don't like how that's hanging just like that. I should have put the hole in the top so it would be hanging more like a honeycomb. Oh well. All right, let's do some wings real quick, and all I'm gonna do is put my little bee on there. And some doodads because I didn't realize I was taking so long and I'm hungry. All right, so bee and wings. Let's do full strength. Stamp off. Do that way. Why not? Punch this guy out. Stamp his face or her face. Cute, cute, cute. And then, yeah, we could do like a little, for you or hello friend, whatever you want to put on here. But for now, I'm just going to pop this up. Oh, that's cute. If I think of something even cuter later, I'll do it before I take the pictures. But we just want a little fun tag. Let's get that in there. Oh, cute, 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 cute. And then let's use some gum. And then we haven't done that in a while, Jamie. And then, so yeah, little greeting or something here, and then have a couple little doodads there. And actually, nope, those are not going to look great, but the Petunia Pop will. That'll be fine. So let's do one here, 1, 2. So we get 3 gems. Okay. Ugh. So next week, yeah, I'll be using the Tune In bundle, which I got it because, I mean, I like the little TV look of it. Like, that's totally up our alley for growing up. And I like the greetings that were in it. I'm sad to see that it's retiring before I've even used it, but that's how it goes sometimes. But definitely that's going to happen next week. Okay, so finally, finito. So there's our little box in a bag, your bonus project. And like I said, pretty roomy. I love the ribbon. So blog post will happen, I'm going to say Saturday because Dave's working. So I will have the day to myself. So thanks, Gail. So here's our 5x7 card. Let's do this. Ooh, our pool party card. Our shaped card, which I still think is my favorite from today. You're sweet as honey. Our bookbinding card. I love them. And then our bonus project. So thanks, you guys. Oh, Penny, and hilarious. But I do like making boxes, right? So yeah, update Saturday, and I will have the blog post for the actual class information that Saturday as well. And like I said, if you want the kit, it's just I have a quick turnaround, so I'm going to need RSVPs and money next Friday, the 11th. And all that will be on my blog, and I'll post it, and I should be getting an email out on Sunday as well. And if you haven't taken a look at the next week, have a clean sheet. Yeah, this one I should have just flipped it over, but you go what you get, right? Okay. So thanks again for hanging out. I hope you like these. And yeah, if you're going to recreate these at home, like use whatever flying thing you have. You don't have to have bees. You could have dragonflies, you could have birds, you could have, whatever you have. Okay. Thanks, you guys. Good night for real. Bye.